Yo, it's Jesse with Bumble Land Clearing. I'm at my uncle's shop. He's got a nice shop. I had to clean up a little bit. He does junk cars and stuff like that. Big loader. He's got 2 of them. Crushes cars. So I'm gonna show you the problem I got with the mulching head today. So what we done last time got ripped up, so I'm gonna have to smack that back down. And there's another spot. Where'd it go? There's another one somewhere. There's 2 of them. I know what it is. I can't see it. It's dark in it. Oh, it's right there. Right there. You can kind of see it. Right there. So, we got some tools here to kind of get me started. He's having to go grab a outlet for the welder. It's it's that one right there. He don't have, so we gotta get it real quick. We'll get it fixed. All right, so you can see where it's kind of ripped up the weld, so we're gonna have to do better this time. I think putting small little plates in there is not helping it, so I'm gonna go ahead and get everything smacked down, and I'm gonna back this out. That way it's not in my uncle's shop. I'll take the other side off. We got that little crack right over in here. So my plan is we're only putting so here's the crack, and we're only putting just a little bit. We need to put a longer piece, because when it comes up and hits, it's finding those little nooks and crannies underneath it, and it's ripping it out. So we're gonna have to weld it pretty good. So, you know, like that right there, if we was gonna weld it, just kind of put a plate, just enough. So we're gonna put a little bit more than it should be. That way it'll last me a little bit longer. So that's what we're gonna try for. But we'll have to beat that back down, and then probably weld a plate on the back side to help strengthen it up. So I'm gonna have to get all that, because that stuff's really dry and it'll catch fire. So I'm gonna take that side off, and then smack all this down, and then raise it up, and then hit that little piece that's curled under there. So, because it's already a plate that we welded. So see if I can't get that fixed real quick. All right, so I had to back this out, and instead of stirring up dust in the shop, I got everything pushed back a little bit, got it mostly cleaned out. There's a bunch of pine cones in there, because this is uncovered. But so I got that cleaned out. I had to run back to the house with one of his trucks and pick up my piece of panel, which I'll show you shortly. All right, so we had problems with the welder getting too hot. I mean, that thing was blowing holes through it, even tack welding. Had to go buy some 7018 rods the next day. So we got this. He got it bent a little bit. It's not the best, but that right there was blowing holes bad. So we'll have to get on the other side and clean the welds up a little bit. He's up there crushing cars in the crusher. good enough.
Aiming this right here. Sealed off anyway. Ask John where it's at.
Yo, what's happening? So today I got a pretty cool project from my very first customer when I had a T630 Bobcat. I had a brush cutter. This guy let me do some of my first job. I didn't charge worth a flip. I think it was like $85 or $75 an hour, which I thought was good back, you know, 4 years ago. But yeah, 3.5, 4 years ago. So he's got 40 acres. I don't know. He's got 40 acres over here, and he's got a bunch here, and he owns his own cabinet shop. He's run by himself for years. He's almost retirement. So he's got he's on the down slope of all the properties around him, so he's on the lower spot, so water runs all the time over here. He's got a bunch of cows over here, so everything runs to an old grist mill on this lower side. It was like he said, so much water runs it that you can hear the water pouring out. I guess like a waterfall down there. So we're going to be digging over here, and we'll be digging like 3 spots over here. So we'll be helping some of his ponds, and well, he had some spillways and some ponds dug a long time ago, but it's time to shape them up. First time doing this, so we'll see what we can't do. I'll show you what we got going on. All right, so what we got is the field up here that his the farmer next to him, all the runoff runs down through here. You can kind of see it. Well, you can't really see it. I don't know why these GoPros don't show it, but it starts right up here, and you can kind of see it zigzags, and water flows up, goes through right here, so it has a runoff. So he wants me to just dig down a little bit, so that way it has a way to come down through here. This is where it's going, and it kind of does this all the way through, goes next to this pile. So I'm gonna push this pile up where all a bunch of tree limbs and stuff somebody dozed, come down in here, and then we're going to taper off over here and not really make a pond, but let's see, yeah, right here. So right here, so he wants me to dig this out and make it where it kind of ponds up a little bit. So we're going to take this and make a nice little where his cows can come in here and drink a little bit. So I'm going to scrape all this off best I can, because he said cows don't eat this, or his cows don't. So let's see what we can do, and also make it run down this way, and it also goes down the other way too. So he wants me to make it where it goes down that way. so you can kind of see I've dug it down pretty good bit. So I'm gonna curve this out and then open it up like that. So I kind of sloped it so that way the cows can come in. We're not really making a pond here, we're just making it where it'll seat here, but I'm gonna make it where, because it come out this way and it curves and it goes behind that tree. It's literally like right behind it. It's washing the roots off. So if he wants to, he can let it build up. I mean, this has got some clay in it, but it's mostly dirt. So he can, I'm gonna pack it down, come in and smooth this up a little bit, and I'm gonna take this and just kind of push that and then kind of make it like a dead end. So I'm gonna kind of push this and then pack it down, level it, and then there's some mounds, because I did the mulching back here a long time ago. I don't know if I got even videos of it, but so I did the mulching over here. It was brush. I mean, it stayed wet. So Alabama is just so dry, it's dusty. All right, so I was gonna push all this up. Then the owner come over and told me this is where it drains. It drains off from right here, and then it goes off to this. So he said, you don't want to, he said, if it overflows, then he just wants a pocket, that way it'll fill up and then it'll run off. So now I got to dig back that out, but I'll have to trench it anyway because it's kind of lumpy in there. Then he said, once you get to that Y, there's a little Y there to there. He said it'll run off by itself. So this is what we got done. Looks pretty good. There's a spring underground, so he said it'll fill up and then it'll run off. So he said we're just so dry. So what I did was come in, pack all this down nice, packed it down a little bit, and I'll have to come on the round side, push all this stuff up, but come in here and level this out, so that way the curvature and all that still has the flow, all that good junk. So come in and level this up, and so that way it'll slope off into there or there. So check it out. Let that run a minute before I turn it off. It's pretty damp, so kind of helps it pack in there. So that's what we got. We got trenched all the way just a little bit. Some places I had to dig a little deeper just because it rutted out, or so came in, I packed that down with my bucket, got it wide out that way, and then kind of cleaned out the outlet a little bit. And then on the other side, a few spots I got to kick around, make it look good. Got that, got it kind of smoothed back a little bit. I mean, this is for cows, this is not look for view or nothing like that, so it'll clean out itself. Trenched that out a little bit, cleaned the back side, and then graded that a little bit, kind of packed it down. And that's it. And there's a bunch of roots right there, so don't want to dig too deep. That's what we got. So we got a couple more spots on the other side of this little hill over here, and a little bit more packing down over here and kicking around, clean stuff up, a little bit of this, and we'll go to the next one. All right, here's the second location. I'll show you shortly. I'm gonna rip these trees up. These are junk. Like that. So here's another spring, underground spring. Building up a little bit. on this back and top side, and we're going to dam this lower side up. He said he'll put the pipe in. All I got to do is just dig it and get it going. So here he is now coming up. He's got to fix the fence up. I'm gonna get in here, I'm gonna rake it all back and then bring all this lower stuff towards the back, but also build up on the left and right side. Dig this lower side down too, where this tree's at, the way they'll have a little bit of a shade. But we're just going to kind of make it look good, dam it up on the lower side. I had to bring this right here where the bucket's at, I had to bring it up probably about 4 foot. And then we got this over here. It's dipped in a pretty good bit because of the cows, water, and packing it down. Looks pretty cool. Pretty happy about this because I ain't never got to do much of these. He's over there getting everything ready for a spillway. So now I gotta come over here and pack this corner up a little bit. So that way we can, I'm gonna leave that little stump in there because I think it'll help hold a little better. That way it'll give time to dry out, but it's enough for the cows to, there's a spring. He's showed me there's a spring over there, that way he can get in there and keep it, but he's going to also put a pipe in there so that way it can run off. So it's he's got a pond on the lower side that is completely filled in from this fill material, like sand, dirt, and all that good stuff. So I'm trying to pack it a little bit. All he wanted to do is just make sure it was that way he can hold water, because right now it's just, he said it's dried up because it's just that time of year for this spring to do. So we're going to try to help him out best way we can. Pack it down a little bit. So now by the time everything dries out, it should hold. Alright, so here is the, see, we're at the third location. See, he's got that set up right there. We're going to dig this out. We're not going to really dig it down too deep, but he wants to put it to hold water. Then it's going to go down to the pond, which is right over there. So, and then we'll dam it up, and that way it'll be the end of it. All right, so right here, you can't really tell, there's a dam all the way around right in here. He said this used to be a nice pond. It was deep, but the cows started getting down in under there because it's been washing out, so they got a trench all the way over. So I'm gonna get on this other side, push everything up this way, and then we're gonna dam this up a little higher because it's already washed out. So there's probably about a 1.5 to 2 foot drop right here. He's going to go get some old bags of Quikrete that's hardened up, and we're going to have a base because of the washout. The washout's probably about 3 foot on that back side. So I'm gonna get on this side, scrape everything back, and then we're gonna take all that filling and then try to push it over here and then mount it up and see how the tree, and it's just a little bit higher. So there's the ground and it's just right up there. So let's get to it. All right, look at this. I didn't really take much of this because I didn't know how it was going to end. I need to scrape that up a little bit. So I didn't know how. We got the spring running up there. When I dug up some of the rocks on that dam right there at the fence line, there's already water starting to come this way. So I'm gonna roll this out. Just take the knuckle or the bucket and then roll it out. And then we've got how the water mucks can come out of there. He's over there somewhere. But anyway, I'm gonna come in and grade this a little bit more. It's got a little bit of lumps right here, so I'm gonna take this, drop it down in there. It's a little low right there. That way we'll have all this. And I'm gonna take this and push it out because I'm not sure how much. He said there's a lot of runoff. He said this used to stay full. So I kind of want to at least leave a belly. That way it would come over, but it also have water here for the cows. So, but yeah, we're gonna grade this a little bit more. It's not the best, but I want to leave a little dip because it's wet right in there. Take this and push this out a little bit, just kind of curve it out so that way it'll look good. But it'll also, when it rains, it'll just all slope down here and catch. But this is sandy topsoil, so I'm not sure how it's going to go, but he ain't got a lot of time or money he just wants it to last for a few years. So that's what we're going to try to do, but also learning too. So get back in here and clean this up. And it being sandy, it don't want to, that 305 is struggling to, plus that bucket's so heavy. But yeah, we're gonna make it to where kind of run in here just so that way the cows can come in there and get some water, but safely get in here. So, but I dug it out more that way, so that way it would, all the water would stay over there, and then the drain pipes is over here, so that way at least have several feet. But that's it. So I'm gonna clean it up and I'll show you the final. But I just want to show you that because I didn't know how it was going to end, so it was kind of confusing, but we got it. All right, so this is what we dug. There's a big rock right there. This is very sandy. So we didn't have any good material, but you know, built it where the cows can, if they get it that high, then they can drink it. But he's gonna fence this off. So it was just very sandy, couldn't really do much. If I had a dozer, it would have slicked it up a little bit better, but anyway, here's the second little thing. You see that it's going underground and it's shooting out over here. So That one, there's a big pond up there next to the church, and it comes down through here, then it goes through here, then it goes down that way, then it feeds all the other ponds down there. So see, we dug this earlier, which there was no water at all, which there was a water moccasin over here somewhere, and he's going to put he's going to dig down a little bit and then put a drain. And there's a spring, because the spring started coming over here and there. And we did find a turtle, which we put him off somewhere else. But that wasn't like this a while ago. It was literally almost dry. All right. Other thing is right here, which you see he's got a culvert. Now we got water over here. Cows come in here and pack some stuff down on it, so it's kind of hard. This is the last pond I done. So we did the one up there on the front side of his house. This will be the second one, but if I had a dozer, I could have come in and cut this a little lower, but he said that's fine, because it'll do pretty decent of holding water right in here, so should be fine. So it's not the best, but because it's just sandy material, but it helps him out, so he's very, very happy. So see, this is the lower point right in here where the dog's at. I tried to come in here, but it's just I kept marring up, so I just kept it to where it would at least have a pretty good amount of water. So, and then he said he's going to refix this, so he's going to get his tractor down here and refix that pipe. But other than that, we helped another farmer for his cows. He's got, they're right over there, I can see some of them. They're right over there. And then I put some material on top just to kind of help bring it up higher, because they ain't going to get off that. But he said, well, we'll find out how it goes. But anyway, let me know what you think. We did 3 ponds, little mini ponds for springs. Did a little trenching, and that's pretty much it. So let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. See you on the next one.